Good morning, Facebook. Hi, Evan. Um, Today I wanted to share a little bit. Hi, April. Hi, Hans. By the way, Hans, we need to get in touch. I would like to interview people from Sweden, Norway, and Denmark all together because I think it's time for the Northern Europe to come and share their point. Hi, Gary. Hi, Saskia. Good to see you. Um, I just wanted to do a quick live this morning, just about that video that I shared yesterday about Tommy Robinson and what's going on. I would like to share my perspective on what's happening because there's some situation going on. Yeah, I would like to bring Finland as well on the show. So, guys, if Finland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark could actually come together and organize a big Zoom meeting so we can speak with 3 or 4 people together, that would be amazing because I would like the people from over there to have a chance to share their perspective on the Yellow Vest and the RIC movement. Hi, Gilda. So yeah, this hi Maureen from Spain. I haven't been in contact with many Spanish people. Hi Michael, good to see you, brother. Anthony, nice to see you. Yeah, if Spanish, Italian people would like to get in touch with me, I'd love to. Even Algeria, I don't know if you guys knows that, but Algeria is protesting for the first time in a long time against the fifth re-election of the same president, and this is very good news. Um, yes, Heinz, thank you very much. Christine from Norway. Yeah, I was saying I would like to make a live in the next few days with Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and Finland all together. So if you guys could coordinate that, that would be great. I've been contacted by a few people, so yeah, I wanted to just do a quick live about Tommy Robinson. So why did I share that video about Tommy Robinson is because I don't know Tommy Robinson. I heard about Tommy Robinson, but I don't know who he is. So therefore, it is my duty to open my mind and try to understand someone before judging him. I had a lot of response, which I was very surprised because normally my post doesn't really trigger much reaction. But I felt that this one would be a bit more controversial, but I decided to post it because this is what needs to be done. It needs to be done mean that my opinion doesn't really matter. My opinion is not really important on that topic. Why that? Because first of all, no opinion is more important than others. The only thing that is missing in our civilization today is the ability to bring controversy, argument to people. Why? Because for so many years we let a small group of people telling us what we can argue about, what we can talk about, what we can agree with or disagree with, and everything like this. And this needs to stop. It is time for us to take responsibility on having let that situation go for way too long, and it's time for us to rediscover the necessity to get access to truth through controversial argument. So what happened with Tommy is that I heard a lot of things about him, and as soon as I'm hearing a lot of things about someone, I just clear my mind and I'm like, okay, fine. I much prefer not knowing anything about someone and just having the pleasure to discover someone. Because you know what? If you never heard about Tommy and you met that guy in a park and that guy was starting to talk to you, I'm sure you would actually spend an amazing time because he must be very smart. He must be like joyful person. But as soon as people are putting a name on someone, as soon as someone is putting adjectives and accusatory words. That's the thing. Accusatory words. It's words that bring people out of even thinking by themselves. And there's a few, there's most of all the words finishing by ist. Okay. You're complotist, you're fascist, you're communist, you are like all those East words. We've been programmed that every time that someone is using those East words, a feminist, a machist, like a populist. Oh, this one is amazing. Populists. Like when people become the center of your preoccupation, you are like a dangerous person, you know. And we need to look at ourselves in those space and realize that we've been entirely brainwashed to react. Okay, react, because this is how they can control us. This is how mainstream media can control us, by pushing us in reaction, not thinking, not processing information, not integrating knowledge, but react. And what I found amazing with Tony Robinson is that normally most of my audience are people who are getting out of those space, like they are thinking, they are processing information, they are questioning their belief system. And I saw so many different comments on that thing about, oh yeah, he's a Zionist, he's a globalist, he's a blah, blah, blah. And say, really? Really, he is all this? Like, how much are you sure of that? How much did you hear him from his voice? Like, did you see his face the way I'm doing it right now, telling things like this? Did you, and please, and get me wrong, like, please prove me wrong. Like, show me videos of him stating that he's pro-Israel, he's against nationalism, he's a pro-globalist. Like, please prove me wrong and show me something, a real interview of 5 minutes when someone can elaborate a thinking process saying that all Muslims are piece of shit, that all, because I saw so many opinions being expressed, and I'm like, wow. Is it because of me? Is it because my message is not clear enough? Or is it because the people don't listen? So I'm just going to repeat my message again. Your only one single fucking enemy is your belief system. I'm going to repeat again. Your only fucking enemy is your belief system. Nothing out of your belief system can cause trauma in this world, okay? So be careful about what you believe, okay? And if you don't understand the difference between believe and knowing, then you have two problems, okay? The first is that you don't know the difference between what is true and what has been planted into your brain. That's the first problem. The second problem is that you don't know who you are. Because if you cannot make the difference between the true essence of what makes common sense into your heart and what you can express, is that you are lost in confusion. You don't know who you are. You cannot distinguish the difference between something that has been implanted into your brain through education, through environmental exchange and things like this, and that truth that is inside of us. You know, common sense. Common sense actually mean that inner truth that everyone feels inside of our hearts when we can stop for a second to listen to the noise, that outside noise that we constantly blah, 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 blah. Truth is not something that can be taught. Truth is something that has to be felt. And I know that a lot of people struggle with this idea. Like, a lot of people think that, oh yeah, truth is something that can be educated about, or it's something that is based on a situation and things like this. No, truth is something that has to be felt. It's something that is inside of us. You can hide it, you can deny it, you can reject it, you can question it, you can whatever you want with this. You will never remove it or erase it. You can hide it, you can put controversial ideas against that truth, but that inner truth is something that belongs to every human being. Every human being feel that truth inside their heart, as long as they are capable of listening to it. Okay, so in regards to Tony Robinson, my truth is that I don't know that guy. So who am I to judge that man if I never had a chance to spend a day, 2 days, 3 days, a week with that person to be able to really, really dig into his soul and recognize myself or not? Okay? I don't know that man. I don't know who he is. That's the simple truth. And if you cannot understand that truth, then you have a huge problem. Okay? I don't know who that man is. I can only have an opinion based on what I see, what I don't see, what I understand, what I don't understand. And the truth is that until we spend time with a person, and the only way to know someone is to fight that person, but fight that person on a fair base, okay? And what Tommy is actually releasing is that on an unfair way, the media are trying to dismantle his reputation, so people wouldn't want to fight him. People wouldn't want to argue with him. People wouldn't want to talk to him, which is denial of existence. And we are stupid enough to believe in that? Are we that stupid? Are we that stupid to believe that this is okay to refuse someone the ability to express themselves and express their truth? Because their truth is based on their experience, on what they think, what they live, what they've been through, and it is true for them. Okay? No matter how crazy it can be, it is true for them. And the only thing that their truth should actually teach us is to realize that our perspective, which is exactly what defines us, we are perspective. We are looking at reality through perspectives. We are just seeing different aspects of our reality through different filters. And every time that we're meeting someone that didn't have the same filters in their life, we should be grateful of that. We should actually learn. You know what? When I was young, I used to talk to everyone. I used to talk to Jehovah's Witnesses. I used to talk to like Muslim and Chinese and Jewish and everyone. And I'm still doing it because I know what I know. I don't know what I don't know. So how can I know more? Just by talking to people. This is the most effective way to understand things. So now when I'm speaking to someone and that person is telling me that he believes that the earth is flat, I'm like, all right, okay, cool. Why do you believe the earth is flat? And then I'm listening to the answer. And I'm like, okay, I see your perspective. I understand your perspective. I take on board your perspective on reality. And I because truth is something that can be only lived in an individual level. Truth cannot be expressed in a global level. And by the way, absolute truth can only exist in the present. So when you're judging someone's truth based on the truth that that person shared a week ago, a month ago, 10 years ago, you are not speaking about absolute truth. You are talking about truth that has been expressed in a content when person needs to express that truth at this particular moment in their life. So then reality would actually give them back the response of that truth and then bring them into another perspective in their understanding of life. So when you're judging someone based on what they used to say, you deny the opportunity to be absolutely true in the moment, right now, in the present, because nothing outside of that moment, that present right now exists. None of that exists. Okay, you can imagine that a second before is existing, but a second before you cannot live it anymore. You cannot. You can only live that particular moment, that present, which is a gift. A present is a gift. A present is a present. The present is the present. Okay? When you are present in your body, you live the state of being in the absolute glory of your truth. Okay? This is something that is very, very important for you guys to hear. I don't care if Tommy is a white supremacist or if he's a globalist or blah, blah, blah. I just can't stand people telling what we should hear about, who we should hear about, because who can actually do that? Who has the right to tell me if someone is an amazing person or not? So thank you, Caroline. Tommy is a Zionist. He said he'd fight for Israel. Please send me that video. Please send me this video. If you have that video right now, send me that video and I would love to hear his voice saying things. Because if he's not, then I'm please going to ask you to remove me from your friends and leave that page. Because you just basically said exactly the opposite of what I just said for the last 10 minutes. Okay? Which means that or you're an idiot, or you really have that proof, or you don't even listen to what I'm saying, therefore you're wasting your time here. Okay? Am I clear enough? I don't need people to follow me because they worship me, because they believe in me, whatever. I need people to listen to what I'm saying because I want to support people. I want to inspire people to think and be better human beings. And if you don't do that, then therefore you're not respecting me. Then therefore you're not welcome here. I hope the message is clear. I'm not doing this for fame. I'm not politically correct. I'm not here to please anyone. I'm here to do what I feel I have to do. And I'm here to say what I feel I have to say. If anyone else has a problem with that, please remove me. Leave that page. Is it clear? Cool. I'm just going to read a few messages. No one would know the truth if it was the like of Tommy. Some people really need to wake up. If one would know the truth, it would be like, Tommy, why would you care about his income? Are you jealous? Tommy, many they're not lying to take his down book. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, my message is very simple. Referendum initiated by the citizen is a process. It's a mental process that allows people to take responsibility for what they think and realize that when you have an opinion, that opinion needs to be balanced, needs to be measured, needs to be expressed in a proper way, integrating the wholeness of reality. Not just your single opinion based on, oh, I heard that or I believe that, because if you do that, you're not sovereign. You're a puppet, you're a slave, you are someone that can be manipulated by someone else's opinion, and you're not acting in the whole glory of your being. Okay, I would love to have glorious human being. I'm repeating, I would love to have glorious human being facing me and talking to me. Okay, how can you do that? By allowing you to become that. By allowing you to stand above your belief system. What is the difference between a chicken and a human being? Is it a question of consciousness? No. Animals have consciousness. We have consciousness. The only difference between animals and us is that we have a more wilder freedom of a free will, freedom of actions. And if we don't use that freedom to rise above opinions, laws, even laws. Laws has been designed by people that didn't ask your consent. If you didn't consent to a law, then therefore this law do not apply to you. Okay? And the law should actually be just common sense and truth. Okay? Common sense and truth. This is the only law that people need to take on board in their soul. Common sense and truth. Common sense is the general law. Truth is what's happening in the moment. And the truth only happens in a moment. You cannot have absolute truth. Why? Because we live in a finite space. In a finite reality, truth cannot be absolute, but can be absolutely true or can be absolutely lived as truth in the present moment. Okay? So what it is to be a glorious man? A glorious man is someone that basically stand in the glory of its truth. And it's not complicated. When I'm asking you something, I'm not asking you, what do you used to be? What do you used to think? Because that would be irrelevant. If I'm asking you, oh, what do you used to think about politics 20 years ago? Is it relevant today? No, because the mistake that you made in the 20 years before allow you to understand what you understand, to allow you to become who you are today. Okay, so it's completely irrelevant. Past truth is irrelevant. The only truth that is relevant is what's happening right now. And that's why I'm so blessed and so thankful for Facebook to give me that opportunity to share what I'm sharing right now with you, because it's happening in my present. Look, I'm just getting out of bed a few hours ago, and I'm just like have the chance to speak to people and share my truth of right now. I'm a little bit upset because when I read messages of people still arguing about like, oh, this guy is that this and this guy is like that, I'm like, fuck guys, I'm spending the last 3 bloody months explaining to people to stop following their belief system. Stop do that. Stop arguing about, oh, he's this and he's that. Like, this is kindergarten. Don't you see? Don't you see it's kindergarten? Like, oh, Maîtresse, this guy did that to me, or that girl did that to me, or he's not a good person, or he's not a good person. How do you know that? How do you know that this person is not good? You know what? The people who are not good, you never see them. Ever. They don't show their face. They live in darkness. They're the one manipulating the whole system from a place where you don't even have a chance to put a name on their face. Do you understand that? So every time that you're going to have a chance to hate someone, well, you're just losing the target. You are just targeting the wrong person. Okay? Why? Because the enemy is your belief. The belief that this person is the problem, that your wife, your kid, your job, your boss, your politician is the problem. It's not the problem. Your problem is your belief. Your belief that you have to behave this way, that you have to believe that you have to understand that. It's all that, the problem. Not anything in this reality is the problem. The problem is you. There's no other problem outside of you. And you need to understand that if you want to stand in all your glory. You have to take on board that thing that makes you filtered by all your beliefs. Like, hide yourself behind those beliefs. And that's what I said in the beginning of that talk. If you can't see, if you can't use discernment, this is something that is cruelly missing in our society. Discernment, discerning truth from belief, truth from lies. And you know why? I'm going to tell you why. Truth is boring. Truth is not exciting. Truth is raw. Okay? When you can't see the beauty of it. I'm going to give you an example. A woman's body. A woman's body is a magnificent technology. It's a magnificent raw beauty. As soon as you start to hide that beauty behind clothes, that's when you lie about the truth. And you're starting to get addicted to that thing. You start to transform the beauty into something different. You're starting to make up beauty. You're starting to make up beauty. And by making up beauty, you are getting addicted to the lie. And this is what we are living in. That's the society we live in. We live in a society that is worshipping lies. Because we have been educated that truth is not sexy. That raw truth is not interesting. That's so much more better to be addicted to opinion, to belief, to whatever alteration of reality we can be facing. Well, sorry guys, truth is sexy. Beauty is sexy. Nature is beautiful. We've been programmed to believe that nature is not beautiful because now we are more addicted to watching screen. Because we need to enhance nature, so then we're going to be excited. Oh, look, like now we're looking at nature through screen. Oh no, Windows is not exciting anymore. Screen is so much better. Like, do you understand? Do you comprehend in your brain that we've been deeply compromised in our ability to recognize beauty and truth and rawness? So therefore, of course, a lot of behavior are going to be transmuted and corrupted based on that. So please, guys, don't play that stupid game with Tommy Robinson. Do your own due diligence, research, make your own research. And to be honest, I haven't made them, okay? I just shared that because I saw Tommy Robinson documentary, which is, okay, there's things that I don't really appreciate, but in the global, I say he's done a pretty good job. Checkmate. He just fucked the BBC with their own game. And good on you, bro. You did a great job. Okay, so yeah, like I just shared that because this has to be shared. Like one single man can actually use the enemy's technique to reverse engineer them and use them against their own interests. Bravo. Bravo. He did a great job. And this has to be shared. And if you didn't share because your opinion didn't allow you to see that thing, or your opinion told you that that guy is an extremist, blah, 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 then therefore you're an idiot. You are an idiot. You know what? I had a friend of mine who contacted me a few days, and he was like, oh, I'd like to introduce you to a French intellectual guy. And I say, oh, yeah, why not? I'm always pleased to speak to people, especially those who think that they have a lot of things to share. I say, okay, great. I'm always a little bit skeptical about the word intellectual, because intellectual actually means that it's someone that is lost in his mind. Okay, like it's only processing information from the mind. So I'm always a little bit skeptical. Why? Because I believe that we should, as human species, be balanced between what we feel and what we think, and that the notion of truth needs to be expressed through a combination between what we think and what we feel. The people who are only thinking in a mind process are basically evolved or unevolved computer, basically, in my perspective. And the people who only think with their emotions are people who are unpredictable, irrational, uncompressible people. So we need to find a balance, okay? Like we don't have just left hand, we also have right hand. We don't have left eye and right eye, we have both, okay? So humanity designs us as balanced beings, okay? If we don't understand that, if we don't play that game of balance, then therefore we are not natural beings, we are corrupted beings. So that man wanted to introduce me to that intellectual French, and I said, great, let's have a talk. And I don't know if you guys know that, but I did an interview of Etienne Chouard last week or 2 weeks ago now, which is the father of the referendum initiated by the citizen. And for those of you who don't know that, Etienne Chouard, which is the most lovely human being I ever met. Like he's so genuine. He's so naive in a way. He only wants to see good in human. And he's a thinker. He's someone that is processing information, challenging ideas. And he made the huge mistake of being shared by a network in France called the Égalité Réconciliation, which is Equality Reconciliation Group. And the guy that is behind Equality Reconciliation is our Tommy Robinson. He's a man that challenged the status quo for years. He's a man who is a true patriot, who actually said things that most of the mainstream media didn't want to hear, and they basically said he's a fascist. That's it. So we just use those accusatory words so people don't look at them. They don't listen to them. And wait a second, guys, like right now, I'm not dangerous, okay? But be sure, be 100% sure that if tomorrow more people were listening to me and more people will share my message, I will get those etiquettes as well, those stickers. I will be stickered as fascist, anti-Semitic, nationalist, Zionist, blah, blah, blah. I will get all those words, okay? Just be conscious of that. Because it's not true, but people today are addicted to lies. We are addicted to lies as a civilization. You know, marketing, what marketing is. If something is good, then naturally it would spread. Why do we need marketing? Oh yeah, because we are addicted to lies. That's what it is. We are addicted to lies. We know that the marketing is all about lying, but we just love a good old lie. It's so good. It just makes us feel great. We're just polluting our body. We just corrupt our soul. We just do the wrong things, but yeah, that's the best we can do. No, it's not. No, it is not. We can stand in our glory, and there's no problem with that. We just need to reconciliate our brain with our heart. We need to reconciliate the two aspects of ourselves, the left and the right, the up and the down, and just be one around that idea of who am I? Who am I? This is the core question of all this. So my friend wanted to introduce me to that guy, and that guy happened to hear that I interviewed Etienne Chouard, which is, by the way, the father of the RIC. You see the type of bastard that guy can be. He is the thinker of the RIC, which he didn't invent, by the way. The RIC has been developed 200 years ago by people like French, American, English people. So it's not a new idea, by the way. But he just promoted this for 10 years and get the Yellow Vest radio about this idea. And what that intellectual guy knew, that I interviewed Etienne Chouard, which I was so proud of. That man, I'm a fan of him. Like I challenged him, like 2 hours. I challenged him, and I pushed his understanding further and further and further away, to be sure that we can express all our opinions. And that was amazing, because at a moment he was like, "Oh fuck, I have the impression to speak to myself," which is, I was like, I find it to be the best compliment he could make of me. And that guy, that intellectual guy, knew that I interviewed Etienne Chouard, and he said, "Oh yeah, no. If he interviewed Etienne Chouard, he's not a good person, because Etienne Chouard has been relayed by that guy, which is a fascist. So therefore, Etienne Chouard must be a fascist." And I was like, "What? Seriously? Seriously? You dare to call yourself an intellectual, and you so promptly categorize me for interviewing Etienne Chouard, that has been relayed by a fascist guy who claimed to be fascist, which is not, by the way, and you claim to tell to introduce yourself as an intellectual." So I basically told to my friend, "Bro, are you serious? Do you really lose your mind? Do you seriously believe that I will have anything to tell to that person? I mean, I'd be happy to speak with him, of course. I don't care. I don't care who you are. I'm always happy to speak to whoever you are, as long as you're respectful of my time. But that guy will not respect my time. Why? Because he still believes, he's still locked into his own frame that mainstream media is telling the truth, or that opinion matters. Like, what would I have to say to that man? Like, okay, you're going to give me your opinion, I'm going to give me truth. What you're saying is not your truth. What you're saying is your opinion in a moment, which is, by the way, his truth in his moment. But this guy will not be open to listen to others' truth. Why? Because the referendum initiated by the citizen is the principle that wants to bring back the right to humanity, to change the frame. Okay? Let me just express this idea again. The referendum initiated by the citizen is about the idea that we people need to be able to change the frame in which we will express our freedom. Okay? Freedom cannot be expressed absolutely in a finite space. It's impossible. We live in a reality that is limited. Okay? There are laws and those laws cannot be transcended. For example, gravity. Okay? Today, I'm not saying in the future. This is our truth today. Maybe in the future, gravity will disappear and we will live in a whole different state of reality. Who knows? I'm open to that. But today, if I'm let something fall, it will fall. And I'm thankful for that, because if gravity wasn't existing, I will not be able to walk on the floor. So limitation allow expression of freedom. They're both entangled. You cannot say, I want to be free and I don't want any limitation, because if there's no limitation, therefore there's no freedom. Freedom is not having no limitation. Freedom is about pushing the limitation as further as possible, knowing that no limitation is impossible in this reality. Okay? Democracy so far, I'm going to translate democracy, is that put your name into a box, so the people that you're going to give your power away will define the frame of your freedom for yourself. That's what democracy has been so far. Someone else was defining the freedom, the frame of your freedom for yourself. Okay? And that's why freedom of speech is so important. Freedom of speech is important because every time that someone wants to express their freedom, which is nothing more than pushing the boundaries of the frame, touching the bars of the jail. That's what this is all about. Speaking freely is the only way, by challenging reality, that you can understand the limit of your freedom. And the referendum initiated by the citizen is about being capable of defining that frame ourselves. We as people, we as citizens want to be able to define that frame, because we don't trust the people who are defining those frames for ourselves. Is it clear? Okay? It's not about not having no boundaries. It's not about being totally free, because it's impossible. We can push the boundaries a little bit further away. Like today, we still need energy production to be able to move on this world. We need money. We can change all that. We can provide money for every human being. There's enough money for every human being. So they would stop fighting, so they would stop being in survival mode, so they will be able to focus on themselves. We can do that, yes. We can provide energy in an abundant way so people can get access to everything that they want. Okay, great, we can do that. Is it possible right now? Not yet. Not yet. We're getting closer and closer every day to that space. But the goal is about pushing those frames and being able to write those frames for ourselves, because no one else than ourselves should be able to define those frames. Okay? So thank you everyone for being here. Just going to look quickly if there's any question that you want me to address. If you like what I just said, please share that message. More people need to listen that perspective. It's a perspective. Stop being left or right. Stop being atheist or religious. Find the fine-tuned balance between both. All right, I don't see any question. It's just comment. So thank you all. I didn't want to make a too long talk this morning. Sorry if I upset some of you, but this is my raw truth right now, and I needed to express it. So thank you. Have a great day, everyone. And please share this video if it makes sense to you and if it can educate your world, because the more people get educated, the more people will become good human beings. All right? Love you all. And please support Tommy if you want to. And if you don't like him, just get to know him. That's the only thing that I'm asking. Get to know him properly, using the proper way to know him. Listen to what he says, listen to his message, listen to what, and don't read. Stop reading. When you read something, you cannot guarantee anymore today that it's coming from someone. And if you listen to someone, don't listen to 10 seconds, listen to 10 minutes. Okay? Listen to 10 minutes every time when someone has a chance to express himself properly, so you can actually find that fine-tuned balance about who are you. Okay? Thank you all. Have a great day and get in touch. Love you all. Bye-bye.